Good morning, awesome people. I hope we are all doing good. It's your girl Seeker in the house. Happy Wednesday. It's always a joy and a privilege to be here, to speak to my family, to spend some time with us before I have to run and get to work. So let's just have a quick chat and then let's get it on the road. So I hope your week has been good so far. Mine has been fantastic. Still reeling from being away, and I hope we're all good. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join us. Hello, Sister Vera. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Today is the day of the week that I was born, so Wednesdays are very exciting days for me, and I hope it's the same for all of you as well. So somebody sent me an email. Hello, Augustine, how are you doing? And drew my attention to a video that was been trending on social media for quite some time now, and he wanted me to talk about it, actually asking me a question about what I thought about this particular situation, and it was really something that I wanted us to talk about. Please don't forget to come back tomorrow, because then we're going into teaching mode about what we need to do as people to become more effective, and it works for every single aspect of your life. It promises to be quite an insightful lesson, so please make it a point to be there tomorrow for this video. But today I'll tell you the story. So the story is about a young girl who goes to work in a company, and when she goes to the company, she meets this young guy who was already working in that same company. They struck an acquaintance, they become good friends. Ultimately, they start dating. In the course of the dating, I don't understand the ins and outs of it. Hi, Sydney, how are you doing? But the lady moves in with the guy. She goes to live in his house, and they continue their relationship for 4 years. The guy helps the girl to be able to get her tertiary education, her first degree done, and has also helped her to secure a master's degree program in the UK. Now, the guy has bought the tickets, helped with her getting her visa, paid for everything. Like, she's just got 10 days to go. As at the time I was watching the video, 3 out of those 10 days had gone. So she literally probably has 5 days to travel. And now the guy has seized the girl's passport and tickets and says he isn't going to release the travel documents until the young lady agrees to do blood covenant with him. That she's just going to go to the UK to do the masters, and then is going to turn around and come right back. People have come in of different sorts. The girl brought her parents. All kinds of people have come to appeal to this guy to change his mind, even to the point of saying, let's get married. Let's go and sign in a court. Let's have a wedding, whatever. Let's just get married. I am only going to go do my master's program and I'm coming right back. But the guy is absolutely convinced that as soon as this girl goes abroad, she's going to meet other men and forget about him. And he is so much invested in this young woman. He's paid so much money towards her education and doesn't want to be a fool, doesn't want to miss out on anything. Now, this video was shared with me, and whoever shared the video wanted me to share my opinion on this whole issue and ask my audience, my family, my Facebook family, what you would have done in this young woman's position. In the first place, there were a whole host of questions for me. Where is or are the young girl's parents? Why is the boyfriend or whoever taking responsibility for furthering this young girl's education? That's my first question. Second question, what is a young woman doing moving out of your parents' house and moving in with a guy who is not married to you full time? What are you doing? Like, I understand you're dating, you go visit your boyfriend for a day and you go back to your own parents' house or your own rented place. This person is not married to you. So what business do you have moving in with this guy? You were quiet, you were excited, he was sponsoring your education for 4 years, you were happy about all of that. Now that he's come with his terms and conditions, you are now going around hand in hand, begging everybody to put their mouth in this issue and try to convince him to change his mind. But it does not look like this young man is going to change his mind. All kinds of people have spoken to him, but he stands where he stands. So that's question number 2 for me. Question number 3 for me is this, is that what does this young man think, or what was he thinking? Making an investment in somebody, right, that is not married to you. Number 3. And also that he himself, because he is a businessman, if he had all this money to be able to invest in somebody else, why is he not furthering his own education or bettering his own lot in life, expanding his business or whatever? Do something that's going to advance his own purpose in life. Question number 5 is, what is this whole point of having blood covenant? Like, what's that going to change? How is that going to ensure that this young lady never leaves you or goes anywhere else? Now, the first thing that I want to say to all of us, because this could have been the other way around, where it was the woman who was helping the guy or had paid all this money. We've seen so many stories on social media. But the first thing that I want to say this morning is this, is that it is not your job, as far as I'm concerned, and this is my opinion, to fix somebody else's life when you haven't fixed your own. You know, when you go on board a plane and you sit down and they go through all this rhetoric, they say all kinds of things about your security and safety and blah, blah, sit in your seat and put your seat belt on, yada, yada. One of the things that they talk about is that if there's some kind of turbulence or there isn't enough oxygen in the craft, oxygen masks will automatically drop. And what it says is that you need to fix your own mask first. After you've done that, then you stretch forth a hand to try and help your neighbor who is sat next to you on either side, if that is applicable to you, to fix their own. You cannot help anybody else when you yourself are not grounded and positioned yourself. What is the point of going to fix somebody else's mask when you are not breathing properly? What if you stop breathing? How are you going to be able to fix somebody else's mask or help them fix that? So for me, one of my guiding principles in life has always been that people need to make sure that they fix themselves. I've heard it so many times. Oh, I was a business person and whatever profits I got, I didn't invest it in my business and I was using it to help this ungrateful guy or woman. And now that she's become somebody or he's become somebody, he's now saying he doesn't want me anymore. That's just human nature. People change. Their needs change. Their wants change as they go along. When this girl or this person was down there in the dumps, they didn't know any better. Now that you've enlightened them, they've seen the light, they've met other people, their needs and desires constantly changing. And so it's not disappointing or surprising or shocking that a lot of people do these things to other people, and we're all up in arms and shouting and kicking and screaming that these people have become ungrateful. To me, personally, before you go helping somebody else, and that doesn't mean that I'm not charitable. If you knew anything about me, you would find that I love to help people. Even before I have fed myself, I'm trying to feed other people. But I have learned this valuable lesson in life that you need to fix your own self first before you extend a helping hand to other people. Many people take on projects that are just simply not sustainable, or they break a back, or break a leg, or break a bone trying to do it. And then you're disappointed when the people bite you in the face or stab you in the back in the dark because it hurts. Because you know it took a lot of sacrifice in order to do the set things for other people. Fix your own life first. Position yourself. Then you're able to extend a helping hand to other people. That's the first thing. If the girl were to come to me for advice, I would tell her to forget about this whole trip. Because for me personally, again, any blessing that is coming into your life that is worth having doesn't have no terms and conditions. I am Christian. I don't know what faith you are. And for me personally, the experiences that I have had in my lifetime, when the heavens, God, the universe, whatever you want to term it, decides to bring blessings and opportunities into your life, it doesn't come with no terms and conditions. It doesn't come with no sorrows. The heavens just want to bless you. There's no conditions to the blessings. The heavens just bless you. And that's just it. Anything that is coming into your life that has terms and conditions. You mustn't sleep more than 3 hours a day. You go to a juju person or somebody who is a money ritualist or whatever, and they're able to give you all this money, and now there are all kinds of terms and conditions. 3 times a week you have to break eggs, and you need to throw the yolk away and use the egg white to rub your hair, and do this, so that the money will keep on coming. You cannot sleep more than 4 hours a night. You have to do this at this set of time and do that. Anything that is worth having, any blessing that's going to come into your life, in my little experience, in my 14 years of living, is that it doesn't come with no terms and conditions. It just comes. The heavens want to bless you. It blesses you, plain and simple, no strings attached. And that is simply that. This man is trying to use his position in this woman's life to control what is going to happen. But at the end of the day, you can't use no blood covenant or anything to change the heart or the mind of somebody. If this relationship isn't going anywhere, there's nothing. Even trying to harm this girl, it's not going to change the outcome. To me, if you're not confident in yourself, if you're having this nudging feeling that the only way to keep this relationship alive is that you have to hold somebody in some kind of bondage or tie them up in some kind of way, it already means that you yourself know that this relationship was never going anywhere in the first place and not worth having. The other thing as well is that people do things on the face of it without really fully understanding the consequences of the actions that are being taken. The young lady is also adamant that she doesn't want to do this blood covenant thing because she's a Christian and she doesn't believe that what she's doing is right. But it's funny that you were Christian now because you realize that things have gotten so serious. But when you were living with this guy that you had no commitment to, isn't your dad, your mom, your brother, no relative of yours, at that time, you didn't think that there was anything wrong with taking somebody else's hard-earned money just because you were living with him, just because he said he loved you. There was nothing wrong with that. Now that the person is trying to entrench his position in your life and hold you spellbound, all of a sudden, now she's pulling all these hats from the Bible and scripture and saying, blood covenants are not biblical, blah, blah, blah. My darling, in this life, We always want to shortchange or shortcut long-term measures or long-term processes that we need to go through to become somebody, and think that by trying to circumvent the situation, control things, then outcomes are going to be different, but they hardly ever are. Be satisfied and contented with the things that you're able to control yourself and you're able to affect yourself. When I watched the video, I had this strange feeling that the pressure is going to become too much for this girl and she's going to end up buckling. Because when she looks at all the opportunities that are going to be opened up to her by studying abroad, who knows, she may even get a job, and now she doesn't want to go back to her home country, Nigeria. She just wants to stay abroad because of the opportunities that could potentially be open to her. I felt that coming up to the time, she would just say, you know what, oh, whatever, let's just go and get this thing out of the way, just so that she can travel. But you know, anything that isn't given to you genuinely always comes with a whole lot of tears. Blood covenant with any human being is a big thing. Anything that involves blood exchange is a big thing, and something that has ramifications that are far-reaching, that I don't even want to get into that this morning. The reason why I turned on my camera today to have this conversation and to reply my brother who emailed me is that in this day and age, there's a lot of microwave human beings walking around the planet who are so desperate and hungry to have everything that has taken people a lifetime to have. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being ambitious. It's a very good thing that you're ambitious and you're working hard and you constantly want to see change, positive change in your life. You want to make progress. You want to be able to outdo your parents. That's the whole point of life, that every generation is better than the previous one. I get that, and kudos to you for that. But are you being ambitious in the right way? Are you wanting to have things in life that you yourself have worked hard and cleaned all those sweat, tears, and pain by yourself? Or are you doing these things trying to cut corners? Because everything that seems, there's a scripture in the Bible, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is not being here anymore. Don't try to circumvent and short-circuit long-term processes. Today you find 18, 21-year-olds, they want to put up story buildings. I'm not saying it's impossible, but where did you get the money from? People are prepared to donate their siblings, their parents, their mothers, their fathers. It's especially the mothers. People are prepared to give human body parts just so that they can put up a mansion, so that everybody can see that they've made it and they have money, they have life, they're this, that, and the other. Name, fame. It's just the planet Earth. We're not even going to live here forever. What is it? That a lot of young people these days are rushing and wanting to acquire assets that they never worked hard for. They don't have the next foggiest idea about how those things came into being. And I'm pleading with everybody this morning. The only thing that you can do that brings with it peace of mind, where you go to bed at night without thinking about any other thing, is only things that you've acquired through hard work and effort. We all have 24 hours in a day. We're all trying to make the most out of that. So whether it's your business or working for other people, being an employee, working for the government, working for a private company, setting up your own business, whatever it is you do, the only thing that is yours to be had is what you used your strength, might, and wisdom and intellect to acquire. It is not shortchanging, circumventing, trying to take other people's life, sacrificing this, that, and the other in order to have it. Yeah, short-term gratification, but long-term pain. And so please understand that this whole system of the world or the earth, it's all run by rules. There's rules that govern everything. It is only your hard-earned money, your hard work, your effort, your diligence, your humility, your respect, your truthfulness and honesty that you've used in acquiring these assets is the only thing that's going to bring you peace that brings no sorrow with it. Any other thing may bring you short-term gratification, but long-term pain. I am begging all the young people. It's not even just young people. I see older people doing the same thing too. Don't allow desperation, wanting to please other people. You go on social media and you see a set kind of people living this fake lifestyle just because they're showing you what they want you to see. You think their life is perfect. This is how it is. And so I ought to also have it at all costs. Please, I'm begging you, if you want to keep your life, if you want to save your life, if you want to live and fulfill the number of your days, the only things that you can rely on are the things that you've acquired through your own strength, might, intellect, and the blessings that come upon your life that don't have no terms and conditions. Any other thing, And so if I were this young lady, I'll turn down the whole offer. I'll find a job, work. If I was destined to travel and go do my master's abroad, another opportunity will come that doesn't have any of these strings attached. If this young lady truthfully has worked hard, has acquired the academic positions that allow her to be able to even get scholarships, she can apply on her own merit. And if she gets the scholarship and the program to go do this master's degree that she wants, other avenues would open up to her that will shock and surprise her, that don't carry no strings attached, about giving off drops of your blood to somebody in any kind of a covenant. The last thing I would say is that you can't force people to love you. You can't force anybody to stay with you. And so if your intention is to use the things that you do for other people as some kind of a ploy to control how they feel about you, honey, you're going to be very disappointed. Love is just love. People either want to be with you or they don't. You can't make anybody do anything. You can't make anybody love you. And when it's not coming from within, it doesn't last very long. People will hang around you as long as you serve a purpose or a need in their life, I've come to find. People would come around you when they need you to support them to stay alive. Sometimes you meet people who are down in the dumps. Like if they hadn't met you or come across you at that point in their life, they may not even be alive to tell the tale another day. So they will hang around you like leeches. They'll be there. They'll tell you all the things that you think you need to hear at the time. As soon as they are able to get out of emergency room, critical care, intensive care, and can now stand on their own 2 feet, that is when you really get to understand and know how human beings actually are, who they are, what they're actually made of. That's when you really get to know people. Anybody down in the dumps can be anything you want them to be. And there's this famous saying that if you really want to know who a man or a woman truly is, give them money and position. And watch. If they change, then what they're changing to is what they really were. They just had to adapt to the systems and the environment at that time, because they didn't have anything and they wanted you to help them at that time. So I've said my own. I've given my advice. This young lady should forget about this whole trip and have her peace. This young man should go his way and cut his losses and move on. You never invest in something when you yourself are not fixed your own life. I'll continue to say this. Some people love it, some people don't. But the truth is the truth. You can't save anybody else when you yourself have nowhere going. He had a business. Why not grow and expand that business? Reinvest your profits in the business and grow the business. You don't take on responsibilities that you are not prepared for, or you're unwilling to just give out there to the universe without no terms and conditions. You cannot control other people and how they think or what they're going to do just based on the help that you've given to them out of your own free will. You should also just accept that whilst the girl was living with him, he was sleeping with her, she was cooking for him, cleaning up his house. So it's painful, but he should just accept that maybe all of that money was paying for all of those services and cut his losses and move on. You can't circumvent and force people to love you against their own free will. I love everybody so much. I hope this video is inspirational. It's helped you. It's mind-boggling. Go think about it. Think about what I've said. And maybe you'd realize that the truth sometimes hurts, but it's got to be said anyway. It's taken some of us a long time. Sometimes going through experiences like the ones we're talking about for us to come to this point and realizing just how stupid we've been. If you're not going to be able to give something to somebody and take your mind off it, like, I just gave it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take it from somebody who knows. You just make yourself ill for nothing. And the Bible says that never put your trust in man, because man, the arm of flesh will always fail you. The only person you can believe in is yourself. And if you believe in God, finish. The arm of flesh, any human being, doesn't matter who it is, husband, wife, children, they always let you down. But in your own self, in the heavens, oh yeah, you can believe in that. I love you so much. If this video has helped you in any way, please share it so other people can also hear what I've said today. Go an extra mile if you love me. Send me stars. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I'm trying to grow as well, so that this message is not just solely on Facebook, but it's across all social media handles. Not everybody is on Facebook, but this message needs to travel far and wide. People need to get the education and elevation required so that we can all live meaningful lives. If you want to have one-on-one discussions with me, www.sikaeducates.com. Book a session. Could be about anything. Your life, your relationship, personal development, your health, anything. Go ahead, book a session and come and let's speak, so that you can move yourself from where you are to where you want to be. And the last thing, I use TapTapSend to send remittances to my family and loved ones abroad, back home in Ghana. You can use it to send to Nigeria, anywhere in Africa, really. Download the app. You can put it on your Android phone or your iPhone from the Apple Play Store. Now, for the first transaction, use the promotional code AKUSIKA, my full name. And you would get an extra $15 if you live in the States or in Canada to send to your family. The first transaction. Don't forget the promo code. If you live in Europe, it's €5, and in the United Kingdom, it's £5. I love you so much. Please share this video. Other people need to hear some of these things and make wise, informed decisions about human beings, about relationships, and about life in general going forward. Help people. By all means, help people if you're able to. but fix your life. Fix your life. That's your responsibility. I love you so much. My name is Sika. Have a fantastic Wednesday and the rest of your week. And please come back tomorrow. We need to find out how we can be more effective in every aspect of our lives. God richly bless you. Bye.